D cell.
Ain't worried about nothing, fellas, but this. YouTube. Geeks all over the globe, guys. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Cuz We Geek'D. We encourage you to stay geek, man. Listen, I'm somewhere that y'all can never find me, man. Somewhere technologically advanced. I'm not going to even tell y'all where that is. This your boy, Real. Got my cuz Will. Got BA in the building. And of course, we got Big J, man. He think he Kang out here, man. But y'all know how that go. Listen, man. We glad y'all are here. Geeking out with your boys for another episode. We have a lot to get into today, man. So if you guys are into the geek culture, man, into geek content involving movies and television, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. Join us here every Tuesday and every Saturday morning, guys, as we get our geek on. Also, to everybody, hit them likes for us today, man. Help us get them likes up, man, so we can build that algorithm up to find more geeks like yourselves. Also, too, man, dropped a couple of videos here recently this week. We had a spoiler discussion, a Peacemaker that dropped on Tuesday, and I just dropped a review for Tron here on the video this morning, so y'all guys can check those both out here on the channel as well. All right, fellas, let's get to it, man. Got a lot to get to, but before we do that, man, y'all already know what we got to do, man. We got to talk about this show right here, Gen V. We had episode 6 drop, so y'all already know. So listen, we about to get into some spoilers. So just in case you ain't been warned, spoilers. Yes, sir. Listen, y'all have been warned. We are going to talk about episode 6 of Gen V that dropped this week. Kind of give you our opinions on it, and then after the show is over, then we'll give our Kaioken rating of the show so far. Cuz, man, what's your thoughts so far, man, on episode 6 of Gen V, man?
It was really good. Brought Giancarlo back with his granddaughter. That absolutely destroyed the Viking. It was just surprising. When I thought about it, they did do a little precursor to it when it came to her. They showing Veronica in this like foreshadowing or whatever. So I guess they did a little bit of foreshadowing, showing that, hey, we talked, and then boom, the daughter showed up with Giancarlo, which was great. Their power to be able to bring her sister back to life, being able to feel, and then also seeing that her sister is a precog, which brings what we talked about. If that serum had changed her mother to where, yes, she ended up having the sister more naturally. I didn't have to do anything extra, but now the sister does have the power. So did it end up staying in the bloodstream to where the sister will be able to get the power, which was pretty unique. It was just crazy. And then, yeah, it was a really great episode. Of them just now they're starting to plan out and try to figure out what to do as far as to deal with just the university, and it's a lot of twists and turns, but it was a great episode. Each week has been fantastic, one after the other, so hopefully they'll be able to continue that. What you got, BJ?
I think we need to have Giancarlo Esposito show up on every show at all times, because he's not the coolest man on the planet. When he comes in there, he just he take over, man. He up there cooking, he talking. You know, his granddaughter coming in there just ripping Vikings' heads off, and he just sitting. And even she, She ripped the head off, got blood all over her face. She's like, "Hey, how you guys doing? Come on, let's go."
Like a teen, like a preteen.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a little creepy. I ain't gonna lie, yeah.
She is creepy, but hey, like I said, right now, my funniest thing was when Godolkin, Godolkin or Cypher was mad and slapped Godolkin around. He's kind of a dumpster baby. like that. The thing is, man, there's so much stuff in this episode, and like I said, this is probably, I would say, probably the best written superhero show right now. Of all we've seen, I think.
What you trying to say, man?
So I think I said
I said what I said.
Superhero show on air right now because I mean, like I said, just they touching on, and they're not scared of anything. That's what I like about them. Like they say whatever they got to say, and they're not scared. And like I said, the only thing I'm worried about is everybody's been predicting this big plot twist that Cypher is Godolkin, being mind controlled and a puppet. And I hope that's not the case. Because just like we just realized now that even though they didn't inject Marie's sister with Gen V, I mean with
B compound B,
she seems to have it. She's got powers, and that's why I was thinking that perhaps that could be the same thing if indeed Cypher was a child of Godolkin, that maybe he also has natural powers without having to be injected with V, just like Ryan. Ryan was supposed to be born a natural suit, but I think whatever they did in Project Odessa to allow her to have children, the Marie's mother possibly had a leftover effect where the next baby one was even able to be born without any intervention, and then was born with powers. But once again, nobody knew, because just like nobody knew that Marie had powers until she turned 13. That's why they thought it was a failure. That's why they shut it down. Like, oh well, she survived, but she don't have powers, so let's just shut it down, because they didn't understand her powers didn't develop until she was under duress. Kind of like the mutants and X-Men. That's how most of them get their powers. So, like I said, I think it's going great. I just want to see what happens. I just don't want to I don't want to do a letdown on the next one leading up to season 5 of The Boys. So we just hope that all works out. But we'll see. What you got, BA?
Okay, you guys definitely hit on a couple of different things. I guess I take this angle. The polarity scene. When Godolkin, I mean, it could be. Cypher was slapping my man up, pause, and I was just like, yo, I ain't like this, man. It was getting disrespectful for a second or two, and then he just, he stopped it, and then he, did the the push, right? The Sue Storm push, right, or whatever, right? Oh, let's go with the force push. And I was like, okay, cool. Now, how did that happen, right? So my mind is just circling around that. So can he not control, or can he control? Does he have full control? If polarity can do it, did he sense some magnetism? Is Cypher a robot? Some kind of, is he inorganic? Or is he organic? Like, how did he stop him? Because he had that. Cypher had one of the, like, he was shocked. He was shocked that it happened, as if it never happened before. That's the kind of look that he had. And polarity was the one that did it. So, did he do it? Did his son end up doing it too? And then once he realized he could do it, he ended up killing his son. Like, is that like another plot turn that's going to happen that we don't know? I just don't know. So when that happened, I think that was very shocking for me. I was like, okay, this changes a lot. We don't know. We still don't know what Cypher is. We still don't know what exactly his foundation is. Is he just a puppet? I'm not saying people be calling meat puppets. I'm not calling no man no meat puppet. But is he just a walking puppet? Is he just a faculty member that Godolkin tried to mind sweep or whatever? Like, I don't know. And I like that I don't know this far into the season. And then he started to beat him on he started to beat himself up once they escaped. I was like, that's cool. Like, all right, that's throwing further doubt. Like, is he mad at himself, and so he's punching himself? But that probably hurt. Like, he's feeling that. Like, is he? I don't know, man. And it's and that's the joy of this situation, the fact that I don't know. And I'm gonna keep trying to figure it out. One of them gonna be right. So that's that. Yes, we know that we're dealing with a super soup. When it comes to Gen V and Marie, and that's cool, because it brought back, like you said, your boy Giancarlo, And it was always nice to see him doing the same thing he did in Breaking Bad. You know, him and cooking is just, I guess that's what he does. So it was cool. It was cool to see. It was cool to see that things are functioning, that he's still functioning. He's trying to get Vault back. That's cool. That's a nice plot point, so I can take that into the final season of The Boys, and then see what happens after that. So yes, and then your boy Kool-Aid Man. Shout out to Kool-Aid Man. Man, that was man, it was coming through busting walls. It was like, yeah, man, it was easy to find y'all. I was surprised it was this easy. Oh no, you had help, you just didn't realize it. So yeah, so I mean, I was wrong with what's her name? Annabelle. What's the sister name?
Annabelle.
So yeah, I was wrong. I thought she wouldn't be a soup, but she's definitely a soup. And one of the worst kinds, because it's the kind that if you don't understand your powers 100%, you don't know what vision is happening at what time, and that could be very frustrating for yourself, right? I think we've seen a glimpse of that in not WandaVision, the other one with the it was Agatha All Along, that series. When one of the witches was like that, and she had a very similar power when it came to the pre-call, but she couldn't tell what was when.
She older too.
She was a veteran. She was older, and she couldn't really make it out until it was happening. So it's a very, very interesting power that to have, because you don't know when it's going to like actually come about. But it was cool because they was listening to her. Like why is everybody else listening to her? So I was surprised that they was actually listening. Like, all right, let's go this way. Like you just showed up here. How you know which way to go? They just went with it. So I mean, it was just it played along. The scenes flowed very nicely. So I just think they did just a good job in this particular episode. And now we're waiting for the next episode. So far so good for me.
What we got, like 2 more episodes?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's 8.
Well, I feel like this season kind of dragging.
You think it's dragging?
Like, well, I'm talking about, it's good. I'm talking about as far as like it felt like it should have ended already. But I guess we just ready to get to. I guess I'm ready to get to the end. Because there's so many questions in this dang show. We got a few of them answered here. Like, I guess now we know that is Godolkin, that burnt corpse. We just don't know how he's still old, still alive. And I think he said he would be 100 years old, because remember in that flashback at the beginning of the season, he didn't take that serum. Remember, he went there, he ran to unless he took some we didn't know about, off camera or whatever. But he didn't take that serum, because remember, the other guys took the serum in that room and they all started dying and stuff. He was trying to get out of there. That fire happened, and that's how he ended up getting burned or whatever. So for what it sounds like, from what Giancarlo has said, that Cypher is using the Dokken's knowledge, which is why he's keeping him around or whatever, using his knowledge to further gain whatever he's trying to do or whatever. We're still trying to figure out what his goal is. But I can't remember. I think it was UBA or UBJ. One of y'all said y'all think his goal, because he wants to be like that supreme, like, not mutant, compound V person or whatever. Yeah, soup or whatever, right? And I think that's what Giancarlo said he wanted to do too. He's one of those kind of people. He wants the soups to be supreme, and then it was like the fight. He wants the strongest to survive and all that type of stuff, which is why he didn't care about the other soups dying. He only wanted Marie because she was supposed to be strong or whatever. Bro, like I said, this dude here, man, Cypher something else, man. It's one of them cases that I always wonder too, like how he always able to know what people are gonna do before they do it. Like they're sitting here planning this stuff. Like, do you have a spy or like do you have the ability to kind of like read thoughts or whatever, with his ability to kind of make people do what they don't want to do or whatever? Like what is his like true his full power, so we can understand what's going on? Because this guy seemed to be a step ahead of everybody, except in this episode right here. It seemed like he wasn't. And like y'all said, it was one scene where Polarity he was kind of slapping Polarity around, making him slap himself, and then he kind of caught himself and couldn't control him or whatever. And he was like, "Yo, what's going on?" That's probably the one time I actually seen him kind of like he was stumped. And the one time I guess somebody called him and told him that they broke out or whatever. He was looking confused, like, "Wait, how'd they get out?" and all that. And he got mad and threw his phone or whatever. Those are the only 2 times where I kind of see like where he actually looked like he was like, "Yo, what's going on?" Other than that, he always seemed like he's in control or 1 or 2 steps ahead of everybody. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Marie's sister Annabeth is annoying already, bro. I don't. The part that made me mad is
put it all on her.
No, not just that. You see the situation that you in. What make you think that they came and got you from your house? What make you think you can just say, you know what? I'm escaping. I'm gonna go back home. Everything's gonna be fine. What logical person would think that? Like, that makes no sense to me. It's like, bro, you know that they came and got you from your home. What makes you think they're not gonna go back there and get you?
No, you know what though? The other thing about Annabeth that annoys me is that Annabeth, who can't control her own powers, is upset because Marie killed her parents because she couldn't control her powers. And I'm like, so you can't understand how that could have been an accident. This, oh, you killed my parents. I hate you. It's
like not, I purposely went in here and said I'm planning this out. Okay, I'm gonna kill my parents at 7:00 on Tuesday.
Yeah, when my period starts.
Like, you saw me. Matter of fact, y'all was in the living room together. You saw me run to the bathroom because something was wrong with me. Like, that's just crazy to me, bro. But yeah, she already getting on my nerves. And then it's like, then the part that made me mad too was she told Annabeth, like, everything that goes wrong in my life is your fault. I just met you. I ain't seen you in 10 years. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, you got me with the parent part. What else did I do wrong? Like,
she came back and she came back and started talking to Pam. And then once she talked to Pam, that's when she got snatched up.
But that's only two. Oh, she said everything that goes wrong in her life is her fault.
So like, up until that point when she was a child, my life was great. Then you killed my parents. Now my whole life took a left. And then once I get my life back and everything's cool again, you show back up, and now I can't be the same person anymore. Like, I'm exposed to the world now. Like, so
did she really?
You have issues with childhood trauma, sir, and we need to talk about that. That's a problem. Well, this child has been through a lot, and it bothers you.
Well, no, it ain't that. It's the fact that it's a lot of stuff in this. A couple things. Let me piggyback on what you just said. First of all, this is Volk. You don't think Volk was gonna come and pick her up regardless if she talked to her or not? To get Marie to do anything that they wanted her to do? They were going to say, like, you know what, Marie, we're gonna ignore your family over here. That we know that you've been looking for. We're gonna ignore. Matter of fact, she's been looking for 10 years. She just saw her now. So you don't think they known for the last 10 years she was looking for her sister? They were like, you know what? We know this one thing that you would die for. We gonna ignore that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know why they did that though, right? Because instead of trying to push her to that direction. That's why they went to go get her. Not because she was going to see her. Like, you saw your sister. Did you saw her? She come with us too. No, it's just like, you know what? We didn't try everything. Let's go ahead and get this last resort, which is your sister. You love your sister to death. Let's go get her. They were going to get the sister regardless if she went to go see her or not. So that ain't got nothing to do with her seeing her or not. It's just how voting them move. They want to control everything. You know what I'm saying? They feel like she's some kind of super weapon or whatever. So the last thing we know that you going to do what we want you to do, let's go get your sister. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, they would have got Pam and somebody else. You know what I'm saying? No, they got your sister because they know what you would die for. And right, so that's why I said, oh, go ahead, BJ.
No, I was going to say, I had three things that I thought about. So one, if Annabeth is a precog, how come she ain't see him coming for her? So that's my first point. You know what I'm saying? How come you ain't see him coming to snatch you?
Well, she said it's off and on. She said it varies.
Yeah,
but it could be like, and this is the thing I had my issue with Spider-Man is that Spidey sense is great, but it come like a second or two before the danger happens. It's not like it's 5 minutes before. So she probably, if they came with guns and stuff, she ain't had enough time to move, even if she did see it coming.
Well, I was gonna say, but
she probably like shocked, like what's going on, like
But so I thought that, and then I was thinking, do we think that either Godalkin or Cypher is basically the evil Professor X, and that's why he always knows of it because he's constantly reading everybody's mind?
That's what I was asking.
Because remember, like he talked about how he knew Marie saw the picture. Like, how would he know that she saw the picture? Like, unless he was reading everybody's mind. I think that's the thing. I think.
How did he know? What's her name? Termite. What was that? The girl.
Cricket.
Yeah. How did he know she was in the toilet or coming through the toilet or whatever? How did she know that she had set a camera up on the table? All that type of stuff. It's like, is that part of his power too? Where how he's able to be a step ahead of everybody?
No, I think he's just reading everybody's mind, and that's what I'm saying. I think he's reading all the minds.
Somebody put this out there, and I forget who, so I'm sorry I can't give the person credit. But they said the old boy that Emma is feeling The one that Sam was like, who's Slim? They thinking that's a part of Cypher's or Godogan's
I think so too. I said that too.
Link tree or something, because we still don't know what the hell he does.
Yeah.
So he's just he's a part of that plan, and so that's why that would explain the Emma part. But I mean, you're right. I don't have anything else to say to that. But we still, that's interesting. We don't know why did they introduce us to him? Like, what is his deal? We don't have no idea what this guy does.
He's Bushmaster.
We know what his team does, especially Shorty with the hair. We know what they do. But
I really think
we don't know what he do.
Go ahead. I think the other one gonna be the most important. The mimic girl, the one that with the tail that can mimic. Because what if she touched either Cypher or Godok and can take over their powers, or even if she touched Marie, if she can do whatever they do for one, she seems to have control. Yeah, she seems to have control. Like, remember, she was able to do the shrink and pop up without any issues. No, she was better controlling people's powers than they are. So
I was gonna say something real quick. Big J, what you said too, when you talking about the mind reading, that's why what's the girl name that can control you with her thoughts?
Kate.
Yeah, Kate. That's why she said, if you fix my mind, I can help you with him, say he can stay out of yours or whatever. So that's why when you said that, that's when I kind of started putting two and two together. Maybe he can read minds. Maybe that's why, like, as a matter of fact, I'm blanking on everybody's name. Jordan, she even said that I can also read your thoughts when you were in my head. So he probably can read thoughts or whatever. It's probably why she was saying, like, you heal me, I can help you to block his thoughts or whatever, so that way he can't control you and stuff. Because that's probably like you said, he's probably like a evil Professor X. I kind of said that too a little bit, but I just really couldn't read him or whatever. So what was you gonna say? My bad. Go ahead, BJ. My bad.
No, I was gonna say, does that make Kate is Kate like the Jean Grey without the other powers in? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes. And you'd be a fool, not you, anyone on this panel, but just in general, you'd be a fool to think that they're not setting Kate up for I guess a more impactful moment. They downgraded her, they nerfed her tremendously because she had to have some type of arc. So she's gonna hit that arc on the other side of it, and she's gonna be a problem once because she can control other people's minds while she's nocturnal. Because she did it in the hospital scene, and people thought that was a one-off scene. That's not a one-off. They showed that for a reason. She let somebody, when the nurse stabbed the other nurse or whatever like that, Kate didn't touch them. She did that without touching them. So it's definitely a reason why they did that. So these two together, Kate and Marie together, is I don't know where it's going, but they're together for a reason. Believe that. They're definitely the two most powerful suits that I think of in this particular area.
Yeah, I agree. All right, fellas, we can go ahead and turn the page here, man, and get to the main topic of the show. So check this out, y'all. Your boy might be back, fellas. We got old Jonathan Majors said he teasing his potential return as Kang the Conqueror in the MCU. What you think about this one, old Big J? You think he coming back? Shut up, leave him alone. He at the house. He ain't gonna be doing nothing. What's on your mind, man?
I mean, the thing is, one, just like James Gunn, this is one I think they never should have actually got rid of him. I thought, and a lot of people, when you saw the stuff and if you did any digging into that case, the case was weak. Ultimately, they ended up convicting partially, but like I said, it was a very weak case. The video evidence didn't support that stuff, and I thought they should have just not moved on so quickly and pivoted. I think their biggest, and they use that as a reason to pivot, but I think their main pivot was because of Quantumania. But once again, I think that was their fault, not his fault. Because he was good in Quantumania. He was good in Loki season 2. He was good in all the stuff. He was good in Loki season 1. It's just they did Quantumania badly and misused him. And once again, then they're like, "Oh well, it's your fault. So let's go do something else because this didn't work." And it's like it's not that it's not hitting with people. It's because, like I said, I think everybody loved him in Loki season 2. I think he was funny. I loved the repeat of him just getting shredded over and over again to the disco music stuff. That was hilarious. But it's like they gotta. I don't know. Marvel needs to stop getting in their own way to me with this kind of stuff and stop being so reactionary. Because once again, like the fun thing when Tanaka Huerta had his issues, they ain't move on from him. He's gonna be in Doomsday, because he had a case. He's got a case out there that happened, and his stuff didn't, nobody talked about it. It's just like, oh well, let's keep it moving.
Yeah, he didn't get convicted of anything.
No, but I mean, his case. I mean, like the potential case, the accusation was worse. But once again, you got to be like, my thing is, all of them got to be smarter. You know what I mean? All of these actors, celebrities got to be smarter. But I think that they really should. They shouldn't have abandoned him. They got too many open plot holes. I really wish they wouldn't try and address any of the Kang stuff or try and force the Kang plot into the Doomsday and Secret Wars and leave that for another story in the future and bring him back, but let him be something because, like I said, you don't need to just use up Doctor Doom and be done. You need to have him be a recurring villain, and you need to let Kang come back to be a recurring villain throughout the the future of the saga because he could be.
Let me. I forgot to read this. He said, I can't say anything about that. It's a multiverse, so there's always that. He had made some other comments too, which kind of is why people saying that he's probably teasing his return. But what you got, BA?
Yeah, so they know the outcome of the case, right? And just to summarize it in like a elementary level, he got jammed up for defending himself too much, and the other person got hurt.
There you go. I was going to say that. Yes, thank you, BA. You said it.
Yes. At the end of the day, so as
he got charged for the small, he got charged for the small ones, but not the large ones. Which is like you said, he pretty much was defending. He pretty much caused harm, and he didn't intentionally cause it. That's what he got charged for.
Did he though? Did he? Because once again, if y'all saw the video,
wait, no, I'm not. No, we're not arguing. I'm just saying
we don't know. The video is the video, but what?
No, I'm talking about
the court. The court case is the court case, right?
Yeah, the court case. Yeah, what we're talking about. Yeah.
No, I was just talking about the video in the club because after the incident, she was in the club with the hand that was supposed to be broken.
No. We agree with you on that.
We know that. Yeah.
We're talking about the case. We're talking about the actual case of what it means. He said he put it in elementary terms so people can understand it. That's what the case pretty much is saying.
So
go ahead, my baby.
If that's what it is, then they know that he can come back, right? They know, like, okay, that's we got actors that did way worse, right? So, they do, right? And so I believe he's coming back. I do believe he's going to come back. And I said all along, I expect him to come back. My problem is I never wanted him to come back just to make, let's say, Robert Downey Jr. Dr. Doom look even more powerful. Don't do that. If he's going to come back, let him come back and let him finish the arc, not necessarily be a part of somebody else's timeline that they quickly dispose of. And then it's like, it's a mockery of it. I don't want him and this thing to be a mockery. Don't do that. So I'm not going to walk out, but if it was another movie, I would walk out. Like, that's how serious like I feel about it. Don't have him come back, go through all that stuff and put in all that work that he put in from what BJ was saying in the other two joints, just to come back just to get a kill scene. like what Thanos could have done to Nova Corps if Nova Corps was in the Infinity War Endgame. Like, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So if he comes back, let him come back, let him have some dominance, and I'll be okay after that. Don't have him come back for 5 minutes just to get smashed by Doom. I'm not. Yeah, I wouldn't be feeling that at all.
What you got, Cuz?
I agree with BA. When you bring him back, it's an expectation. The time is as time goes, it's gets less and less on the front of people's brains. So it's so the possibility of him being able to come back is more and more possible. But so yeah, if he does end up coming back, yeah, just treat him properly as far as the character, having him use him for multiple projects, have him to last, don't have him to just be a simple kill. Also have the opportunity to correct what happened with Quantumania as far as like getting beat by Ant-Man. Just to show like that's just one variant that happened to, and that he's actually like that dude as well. So yeah, it's I wouldn't, if he does come back, I wouldn't be shocked. Like I said, it's the case is done with. He's done his time. He's been on his press tour as far as like to try to get people to feel better about him. As long as he put in the work that he needs to become a better human. Yeah, like I said, I won't be shocked that he'll be coming back. So it's on Marvel and Disney to when it comes to the character to try to do it right.
Couple things. If they were to bring him back, you think folks really gonna be boycotting an Avenger movie like that? They're not gonna. They're not gonna hurt. They'll be fine. If they, like, I know you're gonna be, but I'm not watching that because he's in there. That's fine. They're gonna still make $2 billion, whatever. So it's not really no big deal. Second, BA, I'm sorry to say this, but that's I feel like that's what they're gonna do. What you're scared they're gonna do. I think that's what they're gonna do. I swear, I've been saying that because when they've been saying when the rumors started coming out that he was gonna be in the movie and all that, that's what I figured they were gonna do. Because remember what we've been talking about here. For you to start off with Doom, you got to give him something to where it showed that, like, okay, this dude ain't no joke, right? And we always talked about how Kang was over the multiverse. So I think what they're going to probably end up doing is have him in the beginning, maybe the first 30 minutes or whatever, however long that scene was with Thanos beat Hulk and all them. Probably have it probably about that long where it's going to show Doom how he got his power or whatever, or how he took over the multiverse or whatever. And they're going to use Kang for that. So y'all about to see Kang lose 3 times in his saga or whatever, right? So that's what I kind of think they're gonna do. I don't think that if he come back, it's gonna be like this whole him and Doom gonna be holding hands, conquering the universe or the multiverse or whatever. I think it's gonna be where Doom is gonna cipher his power or whatever, or his technology or whatever from him, along with like a what's the boy name? Nathan. What's the reading of son's name? I'm blanking.
Franklin Richards.
Franklin.
Thank you, Franklin. I have to say Nathan. That's Kang's name. Franklin Richards. They gonna probably take him, take Kang's ability, take Loki's ability, whatever he's doing right now. I think all that's gonna kind of play a factor in Doom having his abilities or whatever. So that's what I think they're gonna end up doing with him. I don't think it's gonna be nothing major. They're gonna just use him to kind of show like, okay, this is what the bad guy was. Now he's the bad guy. Now we're moving forward or whatever. So I'm with you, Big J, because I was listening to somebody say the other day. They said that Kevin Feige made some comments, and they were saying they were kind of taking what they thought from his comments, and they were saying stuff like, I think Kevin Feige is going to try to use this movie or these last 2 Avenger movies as a way to kind of reset some things, where it's going to be like 75 to 80% of stuff going to kind of stay the same, and the rest he's going to use this opportunity to get rid of some of the stuff that he didn't like or whatever, or didn't work well, or that people didn't like or whatever, and kind of reset it to where it's going to be some of the bad guys that come back and all that. Well, a lot of the bad guys are still going to come back. It's just going to reset a lot of things or whatever. So we'll probably get a Kang back. It's probably not going to be Jonathan Majors. It'll probably be a different idea of Kang in the future. We'll probably still get Doom. I don't know if it's going to be a different actor or whatever, but we're going to get Doom back, all that stuff. So because I'm with you. I hated the fact that they used Kang in this little like couple movies or whatever, and just threw him away. That's a character that you could definitely build a saga around. We talked about that so many times. And not a lot of bad guys you could build sagas around, and he's one of those characters. And for you to just kind of be like, throw him to the side like he was nothing. It's like, damn, but you don't have a lot of them characters. Then you got Doom in only 2 Avenger movies. It's like, what are you gonna do with Doom moving forward? You're just gonna have him in 2 movies. Then what are you gonna do after that? You're running out of bad guys to build sagas around. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm with you, man.
They have the perfect setup, though. That's the thing. So, one, if I'm Jonathan Majors, I'm not coming back to get beat and die. I'm not. I wouldn't even come back for that. You can put somebody else in a suit and have them run out there and get killed in 5 seconds. Right. But the thing is, so the cool thing with Kang is he's one of those bad guys that could be in multiple threads. He could be popping up in camera, like with him, with Mephisto, with Mr. Sinister. All this, they could be. You can see a flash of them throughout, and you can see them moving in the background control, because he could be showing up as Victor Timeless at some point. He could be coming up as Kang. He could be Rama Tut. He could be all those different things throughout history as you're doing stuff, and he could tie into all kind of stuff. He could tie in with Khonshu and interact with that on the Moon Knight stuff. So he's a good character where you can have him do all kind of stuff throughout the series, where he doesn't have to be constantly doing stuff, and he don't have to be a Thanos type, but he could always be in the background. Same thing with Mr. Sinister with the mutants. Instead of always, like there's all kind of ways you could use those kind of guys, where it's not just we do one movie, we kill them and it's over, we move on to the next guy. It's you have a overarching where you build up the characters, kind of like they did Loki. Loki was in so much stuff where you got to see him evolve, and that's what you need to do with all these bad guys, make them more than one-dimensional.
I agree. All right, y'all. You already know what time it is. Time to get into them quick hits. All right, yeah, we got more Marvel news. So check this out. Tom Holland is reportedly not in Doomsday, but has a big role in Secret Wars. I wonder if that has anything to do with this. What you think, BA?
I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised. I don't expect to see him. I don't. Maybe Doctor Strange is different too. The reason why I call them two out because they have a movie right now. Like they're gonna have a movie like right then and there. So it's gonna probably intersect some kind of way. So they don't necessarily have to focus on Spider-Man because you just saw Spider-Man, so we don't necessarily need to see him.
Mm-hmm.
We will want to see him. It fits the original storylines and things like that, but his time will be for Secret Wars, and he'll probably dominate that movie. So you got a lot of people, and somebody got to die. So let some people get killed off first, and then there'll be more screen time for Spider-Man so he can do what he needs to do and take over the movie as the impromptu Avenger at that particular point in time. So I'm not surprised, especially when I realized he had a movie coming out right before it. I wasn't surprised at all.
Right. What you got, cuz?
Agreed. Yeah, you was it 6 months? It's going to be separation between Spider-Man.
Yeah,
right
because
about
said December, Spider-Man. Yeah, July.
Yeah. So it's not surprising that he won't end up being in Doomsday, because then and then it'll be a year and a half since we've seen him once Secret Wars come out. So yes, that tracks. Also, I can see him being in the forefront as well when it comes to to Secret Wars as well. Hopefully, he does end up getting a suit. Hopefully, that does bring Venom properly into the MCU as well. But yeah, it's not surprising at all. It just makes me more excited when it comes to Secret War, just for the possibility of the Black Suit, Venom, and him being the lead Avenger, essentially, when it comes to. I wouldn't say lead Avenger, but I think that just he'll get a ton of screen time compared to a lot of the others, because you don't have your original six, but everybody knows Spider-Man and loves Spider-Man. So that's who you want to focus a little bit more on. So, yeah, that's what I got. Big J.
I think that since we've been seeing rumors and pictures of Toby out there, I think Toby could be the Spider-Man that's in Doomsday, and maybe to BA's credit, we could have Toby die, and that way he get to see a Spider-Man get killed, and then put a smile to his face. Along with some of these old X-Men, I think the X-Men gonna die, and I think that'd be good to kill off all those old franchises together, and that'd be the last hurrah when we do our tribute to all that, and he goes out heroically, and then
now Big J, if they die, they going to Van Hella.
No, they're going straight to hell. But I think if I can see that I can have a heroic, death at Doom's hands, and then you kind of work it because you made him see your boy in there too, But if you see at least, I think we see Toby in there, and Toby dies heroically, and then some kind of way Tom Holland finds out, and then that Spider-Man that gets him into the Secret Wars. Maybe that could be a post-credit scene in his movie or something. But we'll see. It could be cool.
Hey, might not have a choice. Whatever Doom does at the end of Doomsday, when he creates Battle World, he might not have a choice but to be in it.
Might get pulled in, yeah.
Yeah. So, no, listen. I'm gonna wait and see if this is true or not. It could be, like y'all said, man. Chances are it's not. It is true. They are filming in the same city, which we already talked about that before. Same city as the Avengers are filming in. They're gonna be filming here in about a couple more months for Secret War. So it might be true because he has a movie 6 months coming out, 6 months right before Doomsday is coming out. So it would make sense. But it definitely does make sense that he's going to be a big part of Secret Wars. If y'all read the Secret War comic, that's what I want to ask you. Since they're talking about the black suit, you think the MCU they're going to have an MCU version of Eddie Brock?
I think so.
If they get the black suit, you think so?
At some point,
yeah.
That's what I was wondering too. Because if he gets the black suit, I wonder, like, if they're saying that this is gonna be the actual true like Spider-Man going forward. I wonder if that's gonna play a part. Because I listen, I think if he don't get his black suit in Secret War, there's gonna be a lot of angry people out there, man. I ain't gonna lie. I might be one of them. I already saw that little dot that Eddie left behind when he went back to his Earth. So you're showing us something as if like you have plans for that or whatever. So yeah, I got a feeling like it probably would do something like that where, like I said, they have these main bad guys. They're starting to bring a lot of his rogue now in this movie. They're starting to kind of go back to his true stories of Spider-Man or whatever. So I can kind of see that. I can kind of see them having a Venom. I think they did want Venom in this universe, but they kind of wanted their Venom in this universe. So where Kevin Feige actually has control over what Venom is and does and all that type of stuff. So I think they'll probably have a Eddie Brock in the MCU eventually. Maybe the Spider-Man movie. Who knows?
Do we get Oscorp in the next Spider-Man movie along with Eddie Brock?
We should.
I'm talking about in 5, not 4. 4, I don't think we're gonna get all that because we're getting all the other villains.
No, that's too much. Yeah. But we should get an Oscorp by then.
I mean, because that'll be after
Secret Wars, after Reset.
Yeah, you probably get Aunt May back too.
Yeah, y'all about to have Tom Holland be in about 18 different Spider-Man movies.
Worth it.
I mean,
absolutely worth it.
That's how it should be, man. Toby,
as long as you got a stunt double, BA, we good.
Exactly. Let it be grounded. It could be 20 of them.
Exactly. Speaking of Spider-Man, y'all, check this out. Andrew Garfield on if his Spider-Man is in the MCU's Avengers. You'll find out. Y'all know he's known for lying. He talked about he went in what was it? Was Spider-Man
No Way Home?
Yeah. So if we had to put Big J's hot toys on it, cuz is he gonna be in Avengers Doomsday?
No, he's not. It's going to be Toby, but not him.
Boy, that's gonna be crazy if they put Toby in there, not him, bro. Be honest with you, he was better in No Way Home than Toby.
Yeah, but Toby's the original, so you got to. That's why I see them closing out Toby before him.
That's crazy. Who you think, Big J? You think he's gonna be in there?
I don't know. That's what I was trying to see if I saw any pictures of him lately to see if he was in Spider-Man shape, because that kind of determines.
He just had a movie drop. So it might take a while for him to get back into Spider-Man shape.
But that's what I'm saying. I think they're talking about is he going to be in Doomsday though. But like I said, you'd have to,
Well, I'm sorry. It just said MCU's Avengers.
Okay.
So it could have been either one. So
either one.
My bad. Yeah.
My thing is like we're saying though, if it's going to be in any of the Avengers, I think it'd be in Doomsday where he could be part of like the old guard all dying. Because I think that's what has to happen. I think all of these old Sony Fox characters have to die in Doomsday and or Secret Wars so that you can do your real reset and then introduce your final MCU version. So, and unless he pops up in some kind of way in Battle World or something, but I would see him. I think he's one that would die in the first act if he's even in it. But once again, like I said, that's what I was trying to see if I see him in walking around in Spider-Man shape. Because if he is, if not, you ain't putting that suit on. If you got like a pudge, you ain't gonna be looking like Peter B. Parker. You know what I'm saying? From eating pizzas and stuff.
That'd be hilarious.
It would be kind of
robe on.
Yep, with the robe and the slippers. But like I said, it'd be interesting. But like I said, that's something I can see him. I can see him doing him dying in the first act of Doomsday or something like that.
Dang, he said first act. That's crazy. What you got, BA?
I think he might come back for Secret Wars.
Why not? Think he'll be in Secret Wars?
Yeah, I think they're gonna spread them out a little bit. I don't think they're gonna have both of them in the same movie. Yeah, why not? I just don't see him unless he goes back. I don't see him killing him off. I just don't see that yet. I don't see that part of it. But if they do, so be it. I'm not.
Oh man,
I like Andrew. He was cool. That franchise was okay. So I ain't gonna miss nothing. I just don't think they're gonna kill two of them at the same time. So that's just how I feel about that. Sometimes being a contrarian of the panel, it feels like you got to take certain angles. But no, I just truly feel like he might make it to the Secret Wars and then get off there.
No pause.
I'm gonna have to see.
Thank you, Will. I'm gonna pause that. I appreciate you, Will.
You didn't see the face as soon as you said I made the face like what?
I'm going to double pause it. I'm gonna say I'm trying to separate my feelings and my my thoughts here because I want him to be in the movie.
Of course.
But because BJ was talking about pictures and all that stuff, we seen pictures of what's the boy name?
Toby.
Thank you. I'm gonna say Tom
Holland. And the
Toby
and the stunt guy.
Yeah, and the stunt guy. We seen both of them in England or UK right now. So we haven't heard any or seen any pictures. I know I haven't seen anything online. So, a lot of times, they will people if they seen him online, that would have blew up. Oh my God, he's in the movie or whatever. I don't even know where this interview was at. You know what I'm saying? So if it was over here in the United States, chances are he's probably not going to be in the movie or whatever, right? So, because you said he was filming a movie, like where was he filming it at?
I don't remember where it's location. It's but it's the one with Julia Roberts.
Is that?
It just dropped this
here.
weekend.
It's got to be here then.
Yeah, I think it is. US
it's here. Okay. So I don't think he's in the movie, y'all. As much as like I said, like but BA said, that would make sense if maybe you had him and Toby in there in Doomsday, right? But then they die, and then you bring in Secret Wars or whatever. That would make sense. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I want him in there, but I don't think he's gonna be in there. I'm with y'all, man. All right, fellas, let's see what we got here next, y'all. Let's check this out. So James Gunn says the quantum unfolding chamber was made by something quote unquote advanced and quote unquote non-human. Do we have a well actually, you know what? This it's gonna probably lead right into the other topics too that from Peacemaker or whatever, but when we talk about like Sanctuary and all that stuff. But who do y'all think might have created this quantum unfolding? That's the question. I think we kind of addressed this before, but what you think, BJ? BJ.
Well, I mean, my thing is, so if Lex is the smartest man on Earth and his quantum connection was trash and unstable, I think it would take someone of the level of Brainiac to create something like that. Because if like I said, Lex is supposed to be, they've said it multiple times. They said it in the finale. He's the smartest man on Earth. So I think you got to get somebody with a better intelligence than him. So the only one I know of off the top is Brainiac, and I don't think it's magical. So I think it's a scientific invention that's there. So I think that's probably who did it.
Okay.
Or maybe the new gods. Maybe the new gods.
Okay, there you go. All right. We're gonna address that in a little bit. Which name, BA?
I just think it was I hate when he explains certain things because he just gives the obvious, because sometimes it is obvious.
We literally seen it in the first episode.
The facts. And Jay made a very good point when he said, well, if Lex can't figure it out, or he has his glitches or whatever that cause it to be unsettled at times, well, then whoever came up with it that's as seamless as it is must be more advanced and probably non-human. So duh. You know what I'm saying? Like of course is one of those two things. So yeah, I guess the easiest thing to say is Brainiac or something along that ilk. But at the end of the day, I just think based off the comment, I just think it's an obvious thing that is not of human descent in some kind of way. So, and like you said, Rel, like it was a goddamn little alien bug looking thing that was carrying it around.
Carrying it around,
yeah. Obviously. But it's cool. It's simple though, right? So I'm surprised as how simplistic it is and advanced, because it took a Chris Smith Peacemaker as a kid figured it out. So if he can figure it out as a kid, then is it that advanced? Like, or is the application of it that advanced? I don't know. That leaves, that should have been the follow-up question. That should have been within the original question, and then so James could have to answer that part of it. So why was it so easy for Peacemaker to figure it out? And then I guess anybody can figure it out, because ads at a Bayou was figuring it out. Like, everybody was just figuring it out. So that's the question I would ask. Like, why was it so easy after being so advanced? So I wish you would have answered that question per se.
What you got, cuz?
I see it kind of like the cell phone. It takes all these years to be able to create, but you have kids can figure out a cell phone usage a lot easier than what older adults. Yeah, what older adults is. So it's Brainiac created it, simplified it, and now people are able to use it really easily. That's how advanced it is. Is the fact of being able to get it so easily used. The creation of it wasn't is so advanced and stuff like that, and that part couldn't figure out to create it, to make it stable. But he basically is so advanced that he simplified it for basically everyday folks can figure it out. So that's where the advanced side of it is. So that's how I see it. It's more of a cell phone. We know how to use a cell phone. We don't know how to create a cell phone. We don't know how to piece it together, or all the additional applications that it takes for the cell phone to work. But we know how to use it. So that's how I see the same thing when it comes to this technology, is along that baseline. Yeah, I think it's Brainiac. I absolutely believe it's Brainiac that created it, that has it, that set it up and put it out there. What I wonder is if that creature that had it had stole one of them from it, because just the fact that it had all these dimensions available, or all these dimensions, we're seeing that there means that there's other variations around. So that's what makes me curious, is if they took it, or how did that creature end up coming into having it. But yeah, I believe it's Brainiac that created it.
I disagree with y'all. I don't think it's Brainiac. I think Big J just hit the nail on the head. I think it's a New Gods.
Okay.
We've been talking about it before with the boom tubes and all that stuff. The way that these things open up, I feel like it is definitely something to do with the New Gods, and we're about to get into a reason here in a little bit why I think it's a New Gods. Yeah, we already knew it was advanced. The little alien that y'all were talking about that had the boom tube, or that had the little box. I do think he was trying to escape from something. I really do, because I don't think he was advanced enough. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm misjudging the guy. He didn't like he was advanced enough to to create one of them things or whatever. Like, he kind of was taking it, was kind of trying to hide to another world or whatever. And then, of course, Augie ends up killing him or whatever. So, but yeah, I definitely think it has something to do with the New Guys. And there's a couple other things here we're gonna get into here in a little bit that that might kind of give us that little theory here. Matter of fact, let's see what we got here, y'all. Check this out. So, Peacemaker, I should say, James Gunn confirms that there will not be a Peacemaker season 3. I think BA kind of alluded to this when we were talking about the idea of what it could be, and we got a little glimpse of it in that show. And I'm gonna let BA go first on that one. BA, let folks know, man. What was your thoughts on this, man? On what you think he could be instead of Peacemaker?
What I was said on a recap show, on the review show for Peacemaker, is they're not centering anything around Peacemaker anymore. Peacemaker, the actor himself might not be on TV like that anymore. He might upgrade himself to just being a movie star. Like, who knows? So you can't base a franchise off that assumption. So with that being said, and his wife is involved, so we're going to give shout outs to his wife. We need to get her a little bit more screen time, a little bit more credits for her. So instead of saying Peacemaker season 3, you can switch it to the 11th Street Kids, or more apropos, you use Checkmate
Checkmate
season 1. And Checkmate has his own history, has his own thing when it comes to the comics, and of course James Gunn is going to tap into that a little bit, but not all the way. And then he'll just kind of do his own thing and be James Gunn with Checkmate. And they had they had a whole thing, like I said, the whole line of people from judo master to Bordeaux. Like they had a whole crew that can do things, that can solve things, that could maybe be the good guys to the Flag's bad guy crew in the simplest form, right? So that's
that sounds like checkmate. That sounds like checkmate.
No, we won't see Peacemaker season 3, but you might get Checkmate season 1, and we already know what that is. So I like it. Smart by his part if he goes that route.
What you got, cuz?
That's what I think is going to end up happening. I agree with the BA. It's he's telling the truth. There's no more Peacemaker. It's going to move over to Checkmate. You have a wider range of people that you'll be able to build off of. You have a whole organization that you'll be dealing with that's going to be pulling in various heroes or anti-heroes, essentially, host of anti-heroes that they'll be pulling in. So, yeah, it just makes sense to go from just your Peacemaker, where I think that John Cena's going to still be part of it. I think he wants to be part of it. It's something new. He's
James Gunn already they're going to say he's going to still be part of DCU.
So it's but I just believe that this Peacemaker was the official. So we know season 1 was DCEU. So you already planned to come out with season 2. You had to clean it up and bring it to the DCU. Now you can officially end Peacemaker the way that you did, and now you have your Checkmate, which is the new for the DCU. So yeah, he's telling the truth. No more Peacemaker, but it's going to end up being Checkmate moving forward with the whole new group, with this group of anti-heroes.
I agree. What you got, BJ?
They made me pull the glasses out.
Man, you better drop some knowledge. What's up, man? What you got?
Nah, so okay. I do like what they built with Peacemaker. I do like the 11th Street Kids, and I could see them doing Checkmate, although this Checkmate seems to be antithetical to what it was in the comics, because in the comics, Checkmate was the ones that was actually checkmating the metahumans, not Argus.
Well,
Argus, you know.
Well, it was a spinoff to Argus, but they eventually started turning to where they were kind of like what Cuz was saying, they were an anti-hero group, and Argus was like the bad guys or whatever, right? And so they're kind of going in that direction. Like I said, he got a few anti-heroes on the staff already. You know what I'm saying? So, but my bad, go ahead.
No, and like I said, so as far as I could tell from all the folks involved, everybody loves doing the show, and they all want to keep it going. And as even John, I think John loves working with James Gunn and that whole crew. And the fun thing, like I was watching Freddie Stromer, he was doing an interview on that podcast yesterday, and
I was watching that too. Yeah,
when he talked about how they had the 11th Street Kids text chain going in real life, but he said that even though what's the name, Jen Harcourt, the woman who plays Harcourt, his wife, is in there. He said even she either don't know or won't tell them what he's thinking of what's going on, which I thought that's kind of crazy. I'm like, she lived with the dude and still don't know all the stuff,
bro. But Economos said it's only like when it's a lot of times it's him, Jen, and it was somebody else. He said that they like the only 3 that know what's going on. He said a lot of times folks come to them and ask them, like
Sean, I'm sure.
Was it Sean? I don't think he said Sean.
It's not. Oh boy, the boy that plays the one that was with the glasses, who's in. I forgot.
Economos. Economos.
No, not Economos, but the one who's on Lex's team with the glasses. That's one of his.
Henderson. Yeah, Henderson. Yeah, Sydney.
Happerson.
Yeah, Sydney Happerson.
Yeah, his name's Black something, but he's in there. They said that's one of the guys that he's in. He knows everything too.
Yeah, because he was like, I was like, supposed I was coming to him and ask him stuff, and it's like, because they know, like, yo, James and told him, like, with the whole DC thing, he said it was him, his wife, and I think it was Sydney, the guy who played Sydney. I think were the only 3 who knew that he got offered the DC job or whatever, and he told me, man, if it's that way, if I know if he is leaked, I know who to come to, because it's only 3 people I told or whatever. So. But yeah, my bad. Go ahead, BJ. I didn't even cut you off.
No, I just saying because even with that, you remember with the leak stuff, because I remember he said same thing with AG was the one that told that he was coming back as Augie, because
yeah.
He's like,
I seen Atlanta, for like in 2 weeks.
He's like, I'm dead. What you talking about? He was like,
oh, you didn't get the call? He's like, no. He said, man, he better call me soon because matter of fact, he was doing what he doing right now? Yeah, 1923. Yeah, he said he doing 1923. He's like, oh, I thought you got the call. I said, I didn't get a call. But
no, so I think, like I said, I would love to see them continue the characters, and I know they said they're gonna continue the stories. I don't want them to break them up, and I don't want them to just be bit parts in stuff going forward, because they do have a real good story and fleshed out characters. And that's one of the things that we all know James Gunn is good at, this whole found family thing, like he did with the Guardians, and making you care about the group. You don't want that group to just go off and just do cameos, here and there. You want them to continue the dynamic of that group. I mean, I want to see more Vigilante, because that's one of my favorite characters from the show. He's hilarious, all the stuff, like the fact that he had about $30 million in cash in his in his room in the basement.
Whoa! That's blood money, BJ.
Yeah, if you use it as a blood curse,
the blood. All right, you gonna get a blood curse, bro? Keep going.
Dude, he was killing me with all his stuff. He's just funny, and then they talk about like the way he treats his mama and everything. Just we need more Vigilante. Period. He needs his own show. Probably, I would say of all the characters from Peacemaker, he should get a spinoff show.
Bro, he get a show.
What you mean absolutely not?
It's too much. Some people are great to pause in advance to bounce off ideas and creative ideas off of somebody else. So he needs, if he's zany, he needs somebody else to be like not
to play out that zany,
flow into it. Yeah, you just can't have a whole episode of him.
Him and Tim Meadows together.
Oh, man, that would be.
I'm not saying that they need to have extended segments within the said show.
Man. Oh yeah, they got to do something.
Going on missions together.
I would die on that show, bro. I would die, bro.
Dude, because Tim Meadows is ridiculous. He was hilarious. Everything he's been in, man. From Ladies Man, and he is just
he was Ladies Man. To me, this was like the funniest I ever seen Tim Meadows, bro, in Peacemaker. That dude was hilarious, and he actually had me crying. He's funny in everything. The bird blindness had me, bro. I really thought he was just being an asshole. I didn't know. Until like I think it was something later on in the season, like, oh, he really was.
Yeah.
Like, oh, get that duck. He's like, oh, he really was. Yeah. He really is got birds.
You told me it was a duck. It was an eagle. I can't tell.
Why would I say it was a duck?
He was all hurt about it. But nah, dude, like I said, I just want to see him keep it moving, man. So whatever they do, if they're gonna do Checkmate, that'd be cool. The name kind of came out of nowhere. That's another weird thing with the Checkmate. Like they never mentioned it. It's just they said even when they shot, they didn't know that. That was CG on the building when they walked out. So the characters didn't even know that was what the name of the organization was.
I'm trying to say, did they say something within the season about like okay? I thought maybe they used nothing. No foreshadowing.
Freddie said he didn't know until he saw the show last night. He said when he saw the show was when he first saw the name. He didn't know.
Are you serious, bro?
He said
because it did look It did look like it was. Yeah, it did.
Freddie Stromer, he said he was like, I had no idea until when I watched it last night, because he said he saw the unfinished stuff and he said they didn't know. He said because they never said it, but he said then when he walked out, he was like, oh, that's what that is. And I was like,
it's gonna be tricking the people, the actors too, huh?
Yeah. Let's sink ships.
Yes, facts. You said Marvel. Listen. I wonder if that secret project that they've been working on, the one show, is Checkmate. Y'all think that might be the case? You think it might be something completely different?
I don't know if they include Amanda.
It could
Walker.
be.
It could be.
Because he also went on record talking about all these characters are going to be back and they're going to be integral parts of the DCU or whatever. Of course, we already know Checkmate is an integral part of DCU in the comics or whatever. But that's why I was kind of wondering. Well, I think to answer y'all, I think BJ, you said this when you talking about keeping them all together. I think they're going to be in Men of Tomorrow. It would make sense because, like I said, they're there to combat whatever Argus is doing, right? So if Argus has this plan to like take those metahumans and put them in on Sanctuary, then chances are they're going to be, especially if Chris is over there right now, and we're hearing rumors that Chris is going to be Peacemaker is going to be in Man of Tomorrow. It won't be fitting that you put Checkmate in there too. You know what I'm saying? So, this is gonna be interesting moving forward, man. Like I said, we're gonna get to some other stuff here in a little bit, but yeah, I don't think that. I don't know why he won't just come out and just say no to a Peacemaker season 3. Just go ahead and say it's not going to be a Peacemaker season 3. There's a whole lot more that you can include him in and still get the feel of a Peacemaker or whatever, right? Like I said, if you want to do a checkmate show, you want to highlight everybody in the show and give everybody a turn to kind of be the star of the show or whatever, right? Instead of just being one guy. That way you'll give it that way you can flesh out the world a little bit more if you start putting a little more emphasis on the other characters too. Because we're going to want, I think after seeing this show, everybody's going to want to see those characters some more. So put them in a checkmate or whatever. Or if, like I said, if you're not going to do that, put them together in these movies or whatever as checkmate as a whole or whatever. So, but yeah. Let's see what we got next year, y'all. We got, I'm winging it here. So check this out. James Gunn says Lanterns is connected to Salvation and a wider DCU storyline. So this is what they added to that. He says the shows like Lantern is very connected to all that. It may not seem like it, but it is all very connected. So I know we talked about on the last show that theory I was running around on what the synopsis could be. Does this change y'all's opinion of that synopsis? Because for what it sounds like it could be different, but maybe not a lot. I'm not sure. Let's get y'all opinion on it. What you think, cuz?
I'm just trying to figure out where they connect to will end up being, other than someone get a lantern and they're trying to banish him to the Salvation multiverse. That's the only thing I will see as force connected, or if they escaped to Salvation. But outside of that,
or something they put in Salvation escape that the Lanterns got to stop or something.
Exactly. So that's the only thing I could see as far as connection. Outside of that, I'm not sure. I just like the other one to be. There's a possibility with Alan Scott being murdered and they're investigating that. So yes, it could end up being something escaped. Because like we said, it has to be a major threat for you to have multiple lanterns to deal with it that they're investigating.
That's something you just said. Something I got a theory to now. You just said something that kind of. What you got though, BJ? I'm gonna say that in a minute. What you got, BJ?
No, like I said, I think they could, justify the theory of that being like a murder mystery investigation for Alan Scott being murdered, and maybe he got stabbed by a piece of wood or something. You never know. Maybe somebody showed him a yellow shirt.
Hold on. Talk about. You think they're really gonna have that weakness, bro, in the DCU?
Some woodworking got to.
Bro, if they do that, I'm done, bro. Bro.
That's so funny.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. I hope they don't, bro. Leave that in the 50s or whatever, bro.
I'm just saying, if somebody stabbed him with like a wooden stake,
yeah,
that's the only thing that gets through his Green Lantern shield, and he's just like, oh. And he had on a yellow shirt and came straight for me, and I was just powerless, But it'd be funny. I mean, shoot, Martian Manhunter's weakness is fire. I mean, he's virtually indestructible shapeshifter. Can do everything in the world, but you see a fire.
And he just shoots lasers out of his eyes.
He just melts in the puddle, and he's fire. Like the most basic thing, So can't never go to a barbecue, I guess. No, I think they could be doing that investigation. That'd be interesting. And like I said, maybe either the person escaped to, or came from what is now Sanctuary or something like that. They could lead them to that place.
What you think, BA?
I commend all you guys for being studious and astute with your sound reasoning and what could happen. And I'm just going to take left field and say all is connected, because once they found out what's going on in Atlantis and who it is, in the last segment of the last episode, you'll see Flag pop up out of nowhere and saying, I got somewhere to house the person that y'all found. And that's it. That's the only connection. You guys are going through so much. I lost a little bit of faith in James Gunn.
I knew you were gonna bring that up. I waited for somebody to bring that up. Thank you, BA. Okay,
so as a result of that, I'm not thinking that it's going to be no complex situation of how it's connected. It's going to be one little thing where one person might show up and say, "Hey, I got somewhere he can go," and that's it. That's all we're going to get from the connection. This is HBO's thing. Bro. This is their thing. They're going to run this. They're going to run this course. The showrunners and all that. They're going to do what they're supposed to do, and then they say, "Oh, you want to add something? You want to connect it? Okay, I'll find some way to connect it," and then it'll be just as simple as that. So, kudos to y'all, brothers. Y'all figured that out. Great job. And he will not go that way because that makes too much sense, and he's going to go to the easiest way possible to make a connection, and we're going to keep moving to the next project. So, good job.
Yeah, like what BA just said, he gonna hype it up like, "Oh my God, this is the greatest connection ever." It's just so huge, and like you said, it'd be something real small. Well, my connection was gonna be something small too, BA. I was gonna say Alan Scott works for Checkmate. He dies. There's your connection. That just plays right into the Lanterns. That's connection right there. Ain't gonna be nothing like, "Oh my God, we sanctuaries, villains are escaping. We got to come down here and stop them and work with Checkmate and all that." It ain't gonna be nothing like that. Like, we didn't heard this too many times. Like you said, we got fooled too many times. You're not gonna fool me no more. You went and told us. Matter of fact, I don't know if y'all been looking online. People are still mad about episode 8 and how we were told that, listen, y'all, this is gonna be the greatest episode to ever be made in television, movie, cinema, theater, arts history. You gonna lose your mind. We're like, oh, okay. Then go watch it. Nothing. So we not falling for that no more, man. You talking about all these connections and all that, and to be transparent, y'all, this is all coming from James Gunn. Okay, these quotes and everything are coming straight from James Gunn on like him on a podcast or him tweeting it or whatever. So this is directly from him. We're going by what he's saying. Now, for him to say all this stuff is connected, we've seen these type of things happen before where he's saying it's gonna be huge, connected, blah blah blah, and nothing comes from it. Like BA said, not falling for it no more. I'm gonna wait and see what happens, but I think the one connection is gonna probably be Alan Scott. I do kind of believe that synopsis that we heard. It's gonna be Alan Scott. Alan Scott works for Checkmate. He's gonna probably be with Checkmate by the time that movie comes or the show comes out, and that's gonna be the connection.
Hey, y'all swatted that down when I brought it up. They said it won't have enough time. Remember?
Well, so he can't work for Checkmate because I'm looking at a picture of that office and there's like there's wood panels everywhere and wood beams. So he'd just be terrified constantly. I'm about the scene where they all walking, all 12 of them.
You joking? I'm gonna tell you right now. If he puts that in there, bro, I'm gonna be okay. I'm sorry. He better not put that in there, bro.
You know James Gunn put that in there because it's James Gunn. He would definitely put that in there.
That's lore. That's lore.
That'd be the funniest thing ever if you see him destroying kaijus and fighting monsters, and then all of a sudden somebody walk up to him with a piece of wood, he freak out or a bat,
with a toothpick or whatever, bro. He go to falling. Oh my God, I can't.
He step on a toothpick on the ground and he just crumples
out of there.
Bro, I hope they do not put that in there, bro. I should make it like a little small little joke, like like, hey, you scared of this or whatever, but don't make it seem like, oh, that's his actual weakness, bro. But anyway, but yeah, now we can say that, BJ. You already go?
I will.
Okay, but yeah, no, I agree with BA. You're not gonna, I'm tired of falling for that, man. Not gonna be falling for the banana tailpipe no more. You know what I'm saying? So to the point, like, it's gonna be a small connection, and he's gonna make it seem like, now, see, that's huge, right? Like, no, it's it's a very tiny connection. Like that one character. Cause I apologize. I didn't say you were wrong. I just didn't know how that would work. But since we're getting this right here, we know Alan Scott was in Checkmate. That would make sense if you can connect the Lanterns. That's that one little tiny connection that you connect to the Lanterns. So
yeah.
But yeah, let's see what we got here next, y'all. Let's check this out here. So check this out. So James Gunn tweeted this right here. He says, this person says, as James Gunn, can you please clarify how is that the finale is going to set up Man of Tomorrow? Like, I'm generally very confused about this. It's what he said. Where Chris is at the end is what's happening between the government and the metahumans, Rick and Lex' new partnership, and all of their decisions to do what they did is all a part of the future. Man of Tomorrow and more. So this kind of goes along with the Lanterns and with the Superman sequel. What's your opinion on this, Big J?
First of all, I'm offended by that depiction of James Gunn where he looked like he's buff and all that next to Superman. He need to stop inflating his ego out there. You know what I'm saying? Even when they did the intro to the Creature Commandos, he looked like he was all muscular. I'm like, we all know James Gunn is not that. So
he didn't draw that, Big J, but go ahead.
I'm sure he directed every part of how stuff was drawn on this show. He's like, man, no, bigger muscles, y'all. Come on, you know. He was like, no, I'd have to see it. Like I said, I can see him trying to connect those things. We just got to see how it's going to tie together, you know. And I'm sure he'll try and do it well. Once again, as BA said, I had supreme faith in James Gunn. It was rattled and shaken a little bit this last week. Mm-hmm. So I need to see what he's going to do.
I agree. What you got, BA?
So we're saying the connection from Peacemaker to Man of Tomorrow, right? They're trying to understand what that is, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we got Peacemaker in a sanctuary type place led by Flag, in which that's where he wants meta humans to go, which was designed by Lex's team. Any part of that can be in Man of Tomorrow and you have your connection. That's what I'm saying. Some of this stuff is so obvious that I'm just trying to understand, like, where people trying to, like, where people loses, like how do we get lost in this situation? Lex is going to be in Man of Tomorrow, so if Lex
literally have all Lex team on
so if they reference anything about, oh, you remember that project we did? That's it. That's what they're talking about. If they say something as simple as that, this is what we're talking about right now. This the thing that from Peacemaker. So, and then one of them going to be say like, oh yeah, the extra dimensional place. Yeah, that's it. That's what they're talking about. That's what they're talking about. So, I'm trying. I don't want to go too deep with some of these things, Paul. So I'm just like, I'm trying to stay surface level because clearly they're going to take some of the easy way out in some of these situations, similar to Marvel, right? That's a huge Marvel tactic. We're gonna come up with the most beautiful design of how things can go, and it's gonna be something at the very surface. Like, that's the angle we're gonna go. We're gonna slide on that. So, boss. So that's just where we at. So I feel that's the same thing here. Nothing too deep about it. They just have to mention anything about a previous project, and then that's your connection right there. They can just say the word project, and that's your connection. Literally, it just takes one word.
He says, "Say project." What you got, Cuz?
Yeah, I agree with VA. They're just going to end up keeping it simple at this point. You don't have to dig into the weeds with it. It's just, hey, we have Lex's team. We have the Salvation or the Salvation Planet or whatever. There's your connection. We know that it's more likely going to try to send Superman or various metahumans to that particular planet, which is Lex's, which was Rick's plan. Use Lex's technology. Your connections all the way through that. So that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah. So this is my thing. I know we already heard that, if they can watch, Man of Tomorrow without watching Peacemaker. So when you start Man of Tomorrow, everybody who got arrested is going to be behind their same desk that they were behind in Superman. Mm-hmm. So how are you going to explain that in Man of Tomorrow that all of a sudden these people who were arrested are back again behind their desk for the people who didn't watch Peacemaker? Like that's why I said, like, when go ahead, Chris.
I was about to say, you do just a quick snippet of the sign off, them walking them out of jail or whatever.
I guess, because like I said, I remember him saying that you don't have to watch these shows to watch the movies and all that stuff. They were trying to get away from that. Yet we're still back to you got to watch the shows to know what's going on with the movies, mm-hmm. right? Because you gonna have a checkmate in here. Where did checkmate come from? You had to watch Peacemaker to understand that checkmate gonna be in here, right? Mm-hmm. All of a sudden he got this. Rick Flag was over Argus now. Like, where'd that come from? Oh wait, no, you had to watch Peacemaker to understand how he got to where he at with Argus. Like, you have to watch these other shows and stuff just to get to what you gonna understand in Man of Tomorrow. Because once Man of Tomorrow starts, all those threads are going to be at their finality. They're gonna be there. So now you have to explain, like, wait, dang, I just saw Otis going to jail. How is he behind a desk in charge of a group over a fraction of a government? Like, how'd that work? You got to explain that stuff. Now you're gonna have to do a whole 30 minutes to try to explain how that happened, or say, for the people who didn't watch the show or whatever, right? So I don't know. Like I said, I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the movies and all that stuff, man. It's just like, I think we're starting to kind of get to the point where we're gonna get falling, like what BA just said. We're kind of falling into those Marvel traps a little bit, where they're doing the same things that Marvel is doing. And we were kind of hoping that he was gonna kind of get away from that, but it seemed like he's starting to go in that direction. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I was just kind of thinking about that too when BA was saying what he was saying. I'm just like that when you talk about it connecting to Man of Tomorrow, to Lanterns and all that stuff, it's like, now I can understand the shows, because not everybody watch the shows. That's fine. You connect the shows however you want to connect them, but majority of people watch the movies. So you're gonna have to find out how you're going to explain that in the movies without them people didn't watch the show or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my thing. What would you say though, BJ?
Well, I mean, like you said, if you don't watch Lanterns, and then Jon Stewart shows up in Superman Man of Tomorrow, then what sense does that make? You know what I'm saying? And I think and this whole thing with, unless you're gonna do like you did in Superman and put a crawl like Star Wars of this was what happened in the last 2 years, and then they got 10 paragraphs to explain everything. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
How would people know? It's like, we just tell it, and so or they'll just figure it out. And I'm like, but as you build a whole world, that gets more and more complicated, and that gets harder and harder to just hand wave stuff, because you're like, oh yeah, you didn't have to see this, but just trust me, all these things are happening, and you smart enough to figure that out. I'm like, people get lost because you're gonna
they got away with it with Creature Commandos, right? Like, there was really nothing from Creature Commando. They might have referenced it a couple times in the movie, but there was really nothing from Creature Commandos that had any type of doing to what was going on with Superman, other than Rick Flag showing up. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't really have to explain Rick Flag showing up. You just introduce that character. Okay, we know who that guy is now. This is going to be a little different. Like, you have a whole show that you said is leading, that's going to direct the future of the DCU. Now, me being somebody that didn't watch the show, then how am I gonna? Well, I'm not gonna know what's going on. I did watch Superman. I remember these people going to jail and all this old stuff. How do they get from there to here without me watching the actual show to tell me how they got from there to here?
Well, 2 shows now, because remember, you got Lanterns too, and you're gonna have whatever developments happen in Lanterns, and if they're gonna do, I think they're doing the Creature Commandos season 2, and then so when all that happens, then all of a sudden we in Supergirl, and you're like, oh, okay. Then he's like, yeah, but all this all canon.
You didn't watch them last 3 shows to tell you what's going on over here? Like,
see, hold on, I'm gonna be about to tell me where I'm wrong about everything, so I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting on his retort.
What you got, BA? Oh, I think he muted.
Yeah, he muted, I think.
Oh, we got technical difficulty.
I thought I was the only one that didn't understand technology. Supposedly.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, bet. No, I ain't got no retort for you, man. Everything's cool on this side. It's just the way it is right now. I just wish that we can move past the easy way out, but that's where we're gonna be at for a while. We ain't gonna get nowhere past that, because the deeper you go, the more you gotta explain every little thing. We're just not doing that no more. It's too hard.
Is it too hard for the people or for them to have to explain it?
I think James Gunn got to a point where he's just like, I don't want to go that far into it. I don't have to anymore. I don't have to. I honestly think that's how he feels. I don't have to be as meticulous as I used to. I don't have to. But you're gonna love the product that comes out. So why should I, go that deep into it? Just as long as it makes sense, that's all people really want. And when you really think about it, through the grand scan of the grand scheme of everything, like the majority of people, as long as it makes sense, we're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? It's us, it's the people that really love it that's gonna be like, that was kind of light. That was kind of light. But it's the overall subject matter. As long as it makes sense, they're gonna buy into it. We keep it moving.
So you're saying that only the smooth brains would be like, oh, they just gonna point at the screen and smile because they don't worry about things like continuity or plot holes. And we gonna be the ones that's just ripping our hair out, staring at this and like, no, you said this and that one. And in episode 12 of this season 6
I'm gonna say just you said over. He's saying just make sure it's not like
watch how he's responding to episode 8. Like he's like, yo, it's not, you just don't see it, you don't understand, you don't. It's a lot of those. Like, all right, cool. This episode and the negative feedback that he got and how he's responding to it. That's all I was waiting for. That's all I was waiting for. And he sees what Kevin Feige has to deal with. He was okay with just Peacemaker and Creature Commandos and Superman. That's only like 3 different projects. Imagine having like 5, 6, 7 of them and stuff like that, and then now you got to explain each one of them and stuff. That's Kevin Feige's world. James Gunn is getting into that world. It's different.
You're right. He said that too, BA. You're right. But let me. There's one thing I'm gonna say this. Like, I think we all like the fact that James Gunn is transparent, right? I think there's a lot of things he still needs to dial back on, because for one, I think he's done this before. Big J brought this up when he talked about the Flash movie. You gotta stop hyping these people up, man. Like you said, BA, we're to a time now that every word that you put out there, we're trying to dissect it and trying to connect and trying to find out what you're trying to say, and then they're gonna put your own spin onto it. You know how people move nowadays, right? So the people are mad online because you yourself, it's not something everybody made up on their own. You told us that it's going to be the greatest. It's going to be the greatest episode in television history and all this old stuff. We're going to get 85 cameos, man. Batman, Wonder Woman, Darkseid, Highfather. You don't get the source wall in here. All this old crazy stuff, man. You was telling us all this stuff, right? And so then when we watch the show and the only cameo we see in here is a bunch of bands, it's like, well, damn, that's not what we were told. You made it seem like this is going to be the greatest episode of all time. That's not the greatest. I don't want to see a bunch of bands. That had nothing to do with what you led us to when the first 7 episodes into the 8th episode. So that's why people are getting mad. It's like, so that's why I say, like, with James Gunn, he gotta some things. If you want to kind of like say, like, yeah, we're working on a project or whatever, that's cool. But a lot of the extra stuff, man, you might need to dial back on that so you get less of that type of backlash or whatever. Because a lot of this stuff is self-inflicting. Like I said, that episode 8 thing, that was all you. You can't get mad at the people for getting mad. You sold us a dream and had us believing that it's gonna be the greatest episode of all time. We watching it, sitting there waiting, like, okay, what's going on? Okay, it's 30 minutes to the show. Like y'all said, that's 30 minutes. Okay, we're at 40 minutes. Damn, it's 50 minutes. What's going on? Where is cameo at? Nothing. So he's gonna have to learn, man. Like, if you're gonna be Kevin Feige, because I'm gonna ask y'all a question. How many times y'all seen Kevin Feige on the podcast? Exactly. How many times you seen Kevin Feige giving like integral information about a Marvel project?
Okay. I think there needs to be a balance. I think Kevin Feige needs to give. I'm saying I think Kevin needs to give more, but I think James needs to shut up sometimes. And like I said, I think James lives online too much because he does read all the troll comments and all that stuff. And like I said, now he's trying to defend it. But like you said, it was the greatest moment of television for him, and he said that was the greatest thing he's ever shot in his best day filming because his 2 favorite bands.
We're not gonna let y'all see the 8th episode and all that yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you said that.
Yeah, he was having fun watching his wife kiss John Cena while his bands was playing in the background. That was his thing. But it's like, and I'm not trying to say that. Are you like? But I'm like, that's my thing, man. I'm like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, that's what you're saying. It's like you're saying that this was the greatest day for you, but for us, you set us up to have expectations.
Yes. So that's why, like you said, yeah. I mean, are y'all mad that Kevin Feige don't say nothing?
No,
to some extent, I think he's too cryptic, and I think the same thing with the Russos. Like we talk about when you posting these weird pictures of things that nobody knows about, and like, look at this, and we're supposed to be reacting to it. And look close and figure it out. I'm like, man, show me some set pieces. Show me somebody on like show me a little clip of y'all filming or some background something. Don't show me no weird stuff that you want us to spend 3 days trying to figure out and Zapruder film it. That's dumb. And we're not going to do it because we're not that invested right now until you give us a reason to be.
And when they going to tell us what that message is?
Never did they ever tell us what the last one? No. They just put out there and then they were like, see, stuff.
Well, no, they did. They've been telling us like, oh yeah, y'all got it right. It was Endgame. So when you gonna tell us this one?
But they also lied and said the Endgame wasn't the name of the fourth Avengers movie. Remember? Because they said no, and they like the words have never been spoken in any movie prior. And when what's his name? It's already said we're in the end game now. Doctor Strange when he told Tony that, but they were like, oh, no, those words have never been spoken on screen before. So yeah, you don't know what it is. And I'm like, okay, but they just lied. So it's like,
yeah, like I said, man, I coined the phrase "in gun we trust." Like I love the Superman. I just seen Superman a million times. Like I said, love Peacemaker. I love all the guns work. I just like I said, there's certain things, man. Especially as a CEO of a studio. I mean, I know you probably should have learned this from Kevin Feige. Like Kevin Feige don't talk a lot. There's certain things like you want to keep the fans engaged and all that stuff. You know, you starting this brand new universe. But you're speaking it from a director's chair. Like that's you're not just a director anymore. You run a studio, so you got to move a little different now. And so, like I said, for one, you hyping up now. If you know a director was hyping this movie up, okay, we understand that that's what a director's supposed to do, right? But for you to be a studio head, hyping up these projects as if like it's the greatest thing ever, and then it don't live up to that. That's on you. So now you got to move a little, like you said, this like the BJ just said, there should be a balance. You got to move a little different now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. We'll see though. I hope he can get it together, man. But okay, yeah, BA had to go. Let's get to this last one here, y'all. So James Gunn says Planet Salvation in the DCU will be very different from the comics. Yeah, we did hear about this. This is what he had to say on this one, y'all. So check this out. It will not adapt the Salvation Run storyline directly, which I think we kind of got that from the whole like Checkmate thing too. So it's not exactly like Checkmate in the comics, but it's a variant of Checkmate. Also, too, says we'll be focusing on the concept of imprisoning metahumans away from Earth. So it's not just bad; it's good too. From what we kind of the idea we're kind of getting from what we saw here in Peacemaker. And also, too, said the Lex versus Joker storyline won't happen. So let me educate some of these folks on what Salvation is. Salvation is a storyline that happened, I think, in the mid 2000s or late to mid 2000s. No, what was it? Was it 2010s or mid 2000s? I can't remember. It was a run that had here where there's a planet that they find that they sent off all the bad metahumans to, because of course, the metahumans keep breaking out of jail and it's constantly, doing stuff that's harming other people and all that type of stuff. So they send them off to this planet. The thing is, this planet it has other inhabitants on this planet, alien inhabitants that are there for brutal reasons. And the reasons are connected to Darkseid. This is where they use to go train their parademons and stuff like that. This is why we talk about the boom tube. Y'all talking about the boom tubes, all that stuff earlier. I said it's gonna probably be another hint to that later on, and this is the other hint. You got the boom tubes. You got Salvation. This kind of is. It seems like it's kind of leading to the New Gods and Darkseid and all that stuff, Apocalypse and all that stuff. I want to get y'all's opinion on this whole scenario. What you got on this? Cause you think that this is gonna eventually lead to Darkseid, or you think there's gonna be something they're gonna kind of wait down the line, and they're just gonna kind of keep Salvation to his as a contained story?
I think it'll be contained, but it'll be hints of it for the next long time to get to Darkseid, because you don't want to burn through Darkseid at the beginning of your world building. But I think this is something that you want to have already readily available that will bring tension throughout, like the governments, people, metahumans, and stuff like that. So this is a great storyline to have, Salvation, just to build up that anger. And it's just a little sprinkle of what Darkseid is as well. So I think eventually you'll see Darkseid, but that's like a long time from now. You don't want to burn through Darkseid early on. But yeah, I think right now it's just going to be self-contained. You have several shows and movies affected by Salvation, but it's. I think what's going to be different is that it won't lead directly into Darkseid. I think that's part of what he's talking about. Because like BA's been saying, is for the studios, it's all about keeping it nice and simple. I think that's what's going to be nice and simple, is not leading to Darkseid very quickly.
What you got, BJ?
Same thing. I don't think they're going straight to Darkseid. I think, you need to say it and work your way up. I think, like we said, Brainiac could be the next big bad. And I don't think you need to peep Darkseid yet. You know what I mean? And I think if you show him too early in the Salvation story, that's why I think they're making it to be something slightly different in this version. And like I said, it may end up being that in the end. But I think for the first portion, what we see now, he won't be involved. I think it'll be probably tied to Brainiac more so than the New Gods. And I think that's kind of what we'll see, that he's the one that probably created it, and he may use that as some means to attack Earth, and that's why Lex has to team up with Superman and all that to try and fight him together and see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, y'all know I've been champion for the New Gods for the longest, but I don't want that to be the main bad guy in this very first chapter. I want them, like you said, I want Darkseid to be the overarching bad guy over the whole entire universe, whatever. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, down the line or whatever. Because I don't want it to be one of them cases where like he'll be the bad guy and y'all kill him off, which it's gonna be that's gonna be hard to do or whatever. But let's just say hypothetically they kill him off or whatever. Or like if they do fight him, they can find a way to where they send him back into the boom tube, and then like he has a difficulty try to coming back. It's gonna be a while for him to come back or whatever. You got to regroup and all that stuff. Yeah. So like I said, so far, man, they're starting to put down the building blocks of what we're going to be expecting here in the DCU moving forward. Like I said, we finally got Checkmate. You got Argus, kind of doing what they're doing, where they're discovering other planets and stuff like that. Superman's coming along. Well, after a while, we're going to start getting like a Batman, a Wonder Woman, and all that type of stuff here pretty soon. I think eventually we'll get the Justice League being formed here pretty soon, especially with all this stuff happening. They're gonna eventually have to form the Justice League, especially if the government is putting together, areas to send metahumans and stuff like that. And from, like I said, from what it sounds like it's not just bad guys, it's everybody. Because I think the premise, the rumor synopsis right now for Man is Tomorrow is they're gonna put both Lex and Superman in there, and they gotta have to work together to try to get back out of Salvation. That's the rumor going around right now. And so if that's the case, sign me up, bro. I'm here for it.
Now, wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me that the government is going to start disappearing people that's different from them? That don't even make no sense.
I know it's fictional. I know, BJ. It's
fiction.
That's too far out there for us to even fathom that even happening. That's unrealistic.
I apologize. But yeah, this is going to be interesting, man, to see how they adapt this. I'm guessing we're not going to really get the full-fledged Salvation thing, probably. I know they're saying, I doubt it's gonna be in Lanterns. But ain't Lanterns already done shooting?
Yeah.
And it got done shooting way before. I think James Gunn came up with that one.
No, because remember he'd already wrote this when they were shooting Superman. That's why they shot parts of this when they shot Superman.
So it might be in Lanterns.
Could be.
Okay. I was trying to remember who got done writing what first or whatever. So okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm cool with it. As long as, like I said, as long as we get an interesting story, good story, and all that type of stuff. Yeah. I'm cool with it, man. But yeah, man. Well, let's go ahead and pause real quick, y'all. Show some love to Playback.
Thank you to our friends over at Playback for this segment. Pause. If you're tired of the national media and the annoying ways they sometimes cover sports and other events, give the Glow Sun Production channel on Playback a try. We cover new and old school basketball, wrestling, and geek culture. And just recently, we've added boxing, mixed martial arts, anime, and even video gaming. So if you have time in your busy day, give our channel on Playback a look and check out some of our replays while you're at it. Another special shout out to our favorite at Playback. Back to the show.
Yes, sir. Let's see if we can get some of these questions, these comments, fellas. Oh, look, we got in the building. Oh, my latte in the building. He said, "What's good, BJ, Rail, Will, and BA? Hope y'all doing well." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He also says, "I'm fine with Kang coming back since Kang is almost in different timelines. If killing his character off and turning the focus on Doom isn't a bad idea." I mean, yeah, BA said he don't like it. I really think this was going to end up happening.
Yeah.
I know you're saying don't sign up, BJ, don't come back for it. I mean, I don't know, bro. I just really, if he comes back, that's what they're gonna end up having to do. If Doom was going to be the main bad guy of that movie, you know what I'm saying? I don't see him like partnering with Doom in the movie. I just don't see that. Doom wants to be in control. Kang wants to be in control. I don't see two guys who want to be in control working well together. And you know they butted heads before in the comics too, so I don't see that working here. He also says, "I'm just wondering when will the NetherRealm Studios make Injustice 3? They working on it, ain't they?" I thought I heard they were working on it. I thought I saw a story. I thought I saw a bunch of reports saying they were working on that. Injustice 2 was pretty nice, giving us 2 endings: Absolute Justice and Absolute Power. Yeah, that's why I said I think they working on it. That's what I heard. They reported that like a couple weeks ago, I think. That was all on the interwebs. Home Latte also says, "I haven't watched Peacemaker yet. I just saw Peacemaker career change to wrestler today, but I do hear I do hear Peacemaker was pretty good. Yeah, man, it's pretty good, man. We definitely recommend you go check it out, man. And they come back and let us know what you think." He said, "I'm trying to find a Miles Morales Spider-Man figure. Anyone know where to buy one?" Oh, you got the you got the Hot Toy King on the show with you, man.
Yeah,
let him know, Big J.
Oh no, he's in Canada though. There's a local dude selling them, but yeah, there's if you just go to sideshow.com, they got them on there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I can't even tell you about in Canada, Home Latte, but yeah, I'm gonna say if anybody know, Big J know. But yeah, man, definitely appreciate you, man, rocking with us this morning, geeking out with your boys. We will be back here again on what's today? Saturday. Tuesday. Be back on Tuesday, man. We'll have another episode for you. So next Saturday we'll get into episode 7 of Gen V. Is there anything else coming out?
I don't think so. They pushed Wonder Man back to January, right?
So, yeah, I heard about that. What you think about that?
I don't know. I know they released a trailer.
I'm not nervous, but I'm like real skeptical about that show, bro.
It's did you see the trailer?
Yeah, I don't know what to take for, because I know Wonder Man in the comics, and I'm trying to see if I see elements of that, like his story and all that stuff is like from the comics and stuff. But it's like I don't know. I need to see like how his powers work. Do he have his powers? All that type of stuff. Yeah, or we won't get enough. Yeah, like how did he get his powers? All that type of stuff. We'll see.
And his brother in it too.
I about to say Grand Reaper ain't gonna be in there.
Yeah, he's gonna be in it. They said it's his brother. But and then I don't know. I do like the dude they picked as the director. You know, because he was in 2012, and he played the leader of Baravia.
He directs.
Huh? He's supposed to be the director in the show.
Oh, okay, yeah, he is. Yeah. I thought saying he would do. I didn't know he was. I thought you were saying he was an actual director.
No. He's the in the show. He's playing the director of the new Wonder Man
show. He movie. Yeah. Because in the comics he's a stuntman that had some kind of accident or whatever. That's how he got his powers. So that's why I kind of wonder they gonna play up on that or how they gonna do it. But
I just need to see the Russian dude because I like him. He's a good actor. He's funny in almost everything he does.
Bro, I watched Superman again the other day, in that part where Hawk Girl busts through that window, and he was like, "Ooh!" I don't know why that was so funny to me. The way he had that reaction when he turned around. Oh my god, it was funny, man. But yeah, that's pretty much do it for us, man. Like I said, if y'all new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, man. Join us here every Tuesday, every Saturday morning. Also, to everybody, hit them likes for us. Follow us on Twitter. I probably need to start adding a Discord link in the comment section too. I keep forgetting about that. But yeah, follow us on Discord. Follow us on Twitter. Like I said, we do these shows every Tuesday, man. We had a show on Thursday, so if something special drops or whatever, we do like a spoiler discussion on probably a show throughout the week or whatever, or a movie or whatever. You guys can follow us. Like I said, I posted the Tron out of theater review. You can find that up on the channel too. So yeah, man, just follow us here, man, for all the geek content, man. And we will talk to y'all again later, man. It's your boy Real. I'm out here in Wakanda. BJ Jealous. Got Cuz building. Got BJ. BA was on with us. He had to go. He had prior engagements over here. Shout out to We Talk Combats. But yeah, man. So we'll talk to y'all again here soon. Stay geeked. And we out.